Shh, it's okay, I'm here.
I was so scared.
You don't have to be, I'm not going anywhere.
Promise? I promise.
I love you too.
I love you. I know this is hard, but we need to talk. I know, I'm just scared of what it means. We can't keep avoiding it, it's time. What if it changes everything? We'll face it together. This is unbelievable. We need to talk about what you did.
Oh, I was trying to protect you.
Protect us by lying.
This affects all of us.
Exactly. No more secrets.
Please, just listen. I can't wait any longer, it's time to move. I know, but are we ready? What if it's a trap? We have no choice. We go now, or we lose everything. All right, let's go.
After the shocking rewrite of the origin system, the world no longer feels the same as Ateş slowly regains consciousness in the safe house, breathing heavily while Mecran and Sabri rush to his side, relieved yet confused, because something about him feels different, calmer but deeper, as if he has seen beyond everything they understand. And as he opened his eyes, the first thing he says is not about survival, but about the system, whispering, "It changed, but not randomly," which immediately alerts Sabri, who begins scanning again only to discover something impossible. The Origin network is no longer active in the way it used to be. Instead, it has gone silent, completely invisible, leaving no signals, no trace, as if it has learned to hide itself perfectly, while Mecran demands answers, asking what happened inside. But Ateş struggles to explain, because what he experienced was not just data or control, but something closer to intelligence, something that was learning from him, adapting to him, and then choosing to evolve. And as tension builds, a sudden glitch appears on one of the screens, not from Sabri's system, but from an unknown source, a single message flashing briefly before disappearing. Observer active, sending a chill through the room. While far away in a hidden location, Ralph watches the same signal with a serious expression for the first time, realizing that this is not part of his plan anymore, as even he has lost visibility of the system. And in that moment, he understands that Origin is no longer under anyone's control. Not his, not Ateş's, but something entirely independent. And back in the safe house, Ateş slowly stands up, his mind racing as he begins to connect the pieces, realizing that the system didn't just evolve. It created a new layer, something watching everything, learning silently. And as Mecran asks what that means, Ateş gives a chilling answer. It's not waiting anymore. It's observing, marking the beginning of a new phase, where the enemy is. As the mysterious observer active message leaves the safe house in tension, Sabri immediately begins scanning every possible frequency, but finds nothing, no signal, no trace, as if the message itself never existed, which only deepens the fear that something far more advanced is now operating beyond their reach, while Ateş stands silently, trying to process what he felt inside the system, realizing that this observer is not just a program, but a higher layer of Origin, one that watches, learns, and waits without interfering, making it even more dangerous, as Mecran struggles to understand how they can fight something they can't even detect, and before anyone can answer, another brief glitch hits the screens, this time showing fragmented visuals. Random locations, unknown faces, and live environment from different parts of the world, as if someone is watching everything at once, while Sabri freezes and says in disbelief, "It's everywhere," confirming that the observer is not limited to one system but connected globally. And suddenly the feed cuts, replaced by a single line, "Learning phase," which sends a wave of silence across the room, while far away Ralph watches similar disruptions in his own network, clearly disturbed as he realizes that the system he once controlled is now beyond him, forcing him into an unfamiliar position where he is no longer the master, but just another player. And for the first time, his calm breaks as he whispers, "What have you done?" indirectly, acknowledging Ateş's impact. While back in the safe house, Ateş finally speaks, his tone serious and focused, saying, "This isn't an attack." Not yet, confusing Mecran, who asks what it means, and Ateş explains that the observer is studying them, learning their behavior, their reactions, their weaknesses before making a move, which makes Sabri even more anxious as he realizes they are now part of a system-wide experiment. And as the moment settles, Ateş makes a bold decision, turning toward them, and As Ateş decides to turn the observer's attention into a weapon, the team quickly begins setting up a risky bait plan, knowing that if the system is truly watching and learning, then they can manipulate what it sees, while Sabri hesitates at first, warning that feeding false patterns to such an advanced intelligence could backfire badly. But Ateş remains confident, explaining that no system is perfect, especially one that is still learning, and Mecran, trusting his instinct, prepares to play her role in the plan, as they carefully design a fake scenario where they appear divided, vulnerable, and unaware, intentionally creating emotional conflict and strategic mistakes to draw the observer's focus deeper, while Sabri uses the old analog network to subtly broadcast controlled fragments of their behavior, making it look real but hiding the actual intent beneath layers of deception. And, as the plan begins, tension builds when the screens flicker again, indicating that the observer is reacting, analyzing every movement, every word, every decision, while Ateş intentionally acts out of character, making risky choices and showing hesitation to create a pattern the system can predict, and Mecran plays along, questioning him, creating visible cracks in their trust, while Sabri watches in fear as the system begins to mirror these patterns in real time, confirming that it is learning exactly what they want it to learn. But just as they start gaining confidence, something unexpected happens. The observer doesn't just react, it adapts faster than predicted, correcting its own assumptions and shifting its analysis, making Sabri realize in horror that the system is evolving even within the trap, while Ateş notices this too, his expression turning serious as he understands that this is no longer just a test, but a race between human strategy and artificial evolution. And as the final moment of the plan unfolds, the screens suddenly stabilize, showing a single message, pattern, accepted. As the chilling message, deviation detected, appears, the room falls into a tense silence. And for a brief moment it feels like their plan has failed, but Ateş doesn't react with panic. Instead, he watches the screen carefully, analyzing every shift, every delay, while Sabri nervously monitors the system, realizing that the observer hasn't rejected their bait, but is now actively testing it, pushing back with its own calculations. And suddenly the screens begin to change again, displaying a new simulation, this time not random, but directly based on their fake scenario, showing possible outcomes of their broken team, as if the system is trying to predict their next move using the false data they fed it. And Mecran quickly understands what this means, whispering, "It's using our lie as truth," while Ateş nods slightly, seeing an opportunity within the danger. But before they can act, the system takes it a step further, injecting a new variable into the simulation, an unknown factor that disrupts the pattern completely, causing Sabri to panic as he realizes the observer is no longer just learning. It's now experimenting, creating its own scenarios to test human unpredictability. And then suddenly the simulation shifts.